The SCW Japanese tour is in full swing. I can't wait to break down all of last week's action, preview the next climax control. I'm excited, you're excited, and why wouldn't you be? The Hotwire starts now.
Are you ready? I'm ready. Live on Revolution Radio, please welcome the hosts of the Hotwire, Tommy Knox.
Oh, yeah, welcome. I am back. I can't believe it's been a whole week. I mean, this week has just flown by. It's been great. I did actually accept an invitation from Mark Ward. Thank you very much, Hot Stuff. And I am coming to you live from the rising sun, baby. I am in Japan, and it's awesome. I spent a week hanging out with Mark Ward, right? We've been traveling the land. It's been a lot of fun. I've got to meet locals, a couple of legendary wrestling stars, right? And I can't wait. I just arrived in Okayama, right? In Okayama, Japan. We got the show from the Okayama General and Cultural Gymnasium coming up on Sunday night. And the buzz here, it's just electric, right? Because you want to know why it's electric? Because everybody knows the fucking hot wire is going on right now in Okayama, okay? But let's get right to it. We're going to your favorite part, baby. It's the mailbag. I hope you didn't miss me too much because you know I missed you, right? So, question one comes from Ivan Garcia in Nashua, New Hampshire. Right. What do you think of the Dimitri Casey Williams rivalry thus far, and where do you see the rivalry going? You know, it's been fun. I like people that like to beat each other up, so it's been fun. Is there a lot of substance there? No, I'm not entirely sure why they want to beat each other up, but I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. Do I want to see more? Yeah, yes, please. Okay, so yeah, keep it going. Give me a little more substance. Let's find out. Let's get to the nitty gritty of why these two really, really want to get after each other. And I don't know. Maybe I just didn't pick up on that. I don't know. But yes, I'm enjoying it, and I can't wait to see it blossom a little bit. From my buddy Andy in Atlanta, I am a fan of both Steve Ramone and James Taschini. I was hoping for a clean cut decision on the match in that electrified steel cage match. Although the match was outstanding and shocking, literally, I see what you did there, I feel the ending still leaves it open for discussion. I mean, after all, both wrestlers were out on their feet when both of them fell, and it was this is a long fucking question, man. You guys, really, Andy, like 2 weeks in a row, super long questions. I appreciate it, but as you can tell, I get a little tongue twisted. Okay, so where was I? Anyway, James fell on Steve and he got the pinfall for the win and the roulette title. Would you classify this as a bad decision or a travesty in the sport of wrestling, or would you say this is just one of those things that happens in wrestling and everyone concerned needs to deal with it? Yeah, I mean, a win is a win, right? We say that all the time. A win is a win. So James Siskini is your roulette champion. No more tainted than Steve Ramone's and James Siskini's draw at Blaze of Glory. Does this open the door to a third match? Absolutely. And it's a fucking shame if it doesn't get booked, right? I know Matt Spears is the number one contender, but Ryan Keys also beat him, right? So I'm sensing a little bit of four-way action at Into the Void. You heard it here first, okay, guys? All right, next question from Derek Bartode in NYC. My boy, NYC, I like that. What are your opinions on SCW's policy towards intergender matches? I think intergender matches are stupid, okay? And here's the thing. So, yes, women are some of the most fantastic wrestlers in the world. I think our bombshell division is better overall than our superstar division. I have said that many, many, many times. But if a 280-pound man connects to the jaw of a 110-pound woman, how the fuck do you think that's gonna go? How is that fair? It's not fair. It's actually a fucking felony. Okay, so no, it's stupid. From Despair, in Las Vegas. I'm assuming this is actually the Despair. Heidi Ho, longtime listener, first time author. Love the show, except for the whole bad language. So swear jar. I accept Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal. P.S. You rock. Thank you, Despy. I appreciate that. But you know what? If you don't like the language, don't fucking listen. From Connie McKinney in Seattle. What is a better chance at happening? Ben Jordan tongue-kissing Jamie Dean or Crystal Millar using a porta potty? I'll take door number 3. I don't give a fuck, and I don't care if either ever happens. And if it does, good for Jamie Dean, right? Okay, Stuart Asbury from Woburn, Massachusetts. Why are the Yankees sucking this year? You want to know why? I don't care, bro, because I bleed blue and orange, bro. Mets for life. Rocky Minjares, San Diego, California. Who is on your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers in SCW? That's a good question. So let's say Spike Staggs, Misty Waters. And then it gets a little bit hazy. I know we have a few more Hall of Famers. Probably Nick Jones, right? We could put on there. If I have to pick a fourth, just going by, because listen, there's lots of Hall of Famers, right? But there's lots of presidents. There's 44 presidents. There's only 4 of them on Mount Rushmore. Okay, so this is just big decision. I'm gonna go with someone who's not yet a Hall of Famer, and as much as sometimes I despise him personally, I'll go with Dre Green, right? The guy's the only ever 3-time world heavyweight champion, so that's got to count for something. So let's see here. Joel Myers, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Which title piques your interest more in the company? To me, listen, I love championship matches. It doesn't necessarily have to be, the world championship. I well documented that I would like to see the tag team divisions beef up, but that's not really title oriented, just in general. I'd really like to see the Internet Championship in both divisions get a little more cred. It's supposed to be that secondary title, but more often than not, the roulette belt feels more like the secondary title. And I just think that's because we're so accustomed to it, and we're so used to it, and we love it so much. So I would like to see the Internet Championships get some more prestige. Excuse me. Just so you guys know, I'm battling a cold, so I'm going to cough. I might sneeze, and you guys can just deal with it, okay? Let's see here. How many copies of the new SCW magazine featuring Sam Marlowe on the cover did you buy? I bought 3 by Amy Blanche. I bought none because I have a tablet and I don't need to buy anything on paper anymore. And if I really want to see Sam Marlowe naked, I can just Google it. What are your thoughts on the Awesome 6 Bombshell Tag Team match by Mitch Anderson in Perth, Australia? Good match. Good match. We're going to get to this card in a little bit, so I'm going to put that question on hold, okay? What was the biggest surprise? Again, we're going to get to that card. What was the biggest surprise of the night for you? I'm not going to answer these questions because I want to break down the card in a little bit. And that's, to me, getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. All right. If Rob and Samuel were drowning and you only got to save one, what type of sandwich would you make? Italian combo, extra mozzarella, right? A little bit of prosciutto, okay? Why is everyone so mean to Rage Face? Excuse me, because Rage a douchebag. If you could change any moment in time from SCW's history, what would it be and why? Um, hmm. Any moment, huh? You know what? I'm going to say nothing. I love this company. I love its history. There's not a damn thing I would change. And I'm gonna say that I feel strongly about that. 4 out of all of Delia's entrances, what was your favorite? There was one where she came out and Despy was there. I don't remember when it was. I don't know. 5 token Melody question. Hot Stuff says he has big things planned for Melody and that he doesn't hate her. Yet why is he being too mean to her? What do you think he has planned? It's going to be fun. Like the one thing I know about Mark Ward, especially spending the week with him this week, is he does nothing without thinking it through. He leaves nothing up to chance. So whatever he's got planned for her is probably going to be fun. What do you want to see less of in SCW? What do I want to see less of? What do I want to see? Crystal Millar? Is that an option? Because I'd like to see less of her. Are the storylines in SCW real or scripted? Look, the idea that wrestling fake is ludicrous, right? I believe we all watch reality TV, right? And we know things are enhanced to make it seem more interesting. It's just it's television, it's entertainment. So I'll leave it at that. But I'll say no, things are not scripted. What gimmick is missing from SCW that you think would make a surge in the current roster? Right, as we seem to only have like 6 on repeat. How about a dancing bear? Like a dude that comes out in a bear costume and then, takes it off. That would be fun. Because gimmicks are fucking stupid. So if you're going to have a gimmick, make it the most stupidest fucking gimmick on the planet. Let's see. Do we have any more questions or are we done? We are done with the mailbag, right? It's a short mailbag this week. What the fuck? Right? I mean, last week we had this tremendous mailbag, and this week you guys just fucking dropped the ball. Let me just put it out there. All right? All right? This is the Hotwire, and the Hotwire demands fucking mailbag questions. All right? So I'm a little disappointed, just letting you know. And there's some listeners out there that are like, oh, no. Why is the mailbag segment over so quickly? You want to know why? It's because you didn't send any fucking questions in. Okay? So send some in next week. All right? So, look, last week was fun. It was interesting. I want to break down some of the action and some of it not. So, and I'm going to be sporadic with this. Dimitri did get his revenge on Casey. Again, we talked about this before. I'm excited to see where that goes. I hope it goes somewhere really good and really fucking brutal, because I think these guys can really beat the shit out of each other, and it's going to be fun to watch. How about Mr. TNA, right? Travis Nathaniel Andrews, to me, is one of the best technical wrestlers on the roster, and he's starting to get that edge, that bite about him that is really getting me excited. So to see him knock out Dustin Holt like that was fun. He did again call out Drake Green, right? And we know that he probably put Drake Green back in the hospital a few weeks ago, right? So there's that brewing. I know Drake Green is probably a few months away, but that will be there eventually. So again, that's kind of fun. To me, the highlight of the night was James Tuskini becoming a new roulette champion. I thought Steve Ramon would win that match. I'm again disappointed that he didn't. I feel a little let down by the Fearless One, but you know what? Welcome to the big show, James Tuskini. And guess what? It doesn't matter that you won your title, because J2H is 100% still going to accept your match. All right. So I'm a big J2H fan. If you haven't noticed, it's a lot of fun watching him with that belt. But in reality, let me say this. How do I say this? He's the best overall talent in the male Raw in the Superstar division, right? So I don't see James Siskini beating him, even coming close. But the fact that James Siskini in the company for a couple months is going to get that match is huge for him. And I think regardless of the outcome, even when he loses, because he will lose, it's going to look awesome, right? Just a couple things to go through. Joshua Aquin said that I should eat crow because I talked some shit about him. But let me just set one thing straight. You win one match against some fucking dude who's worse than you does not make me eat anything, okay? What it does is just tell me that you can show up when it's an easy fucking win, all right? So, do me a favor, fucking do something. You're a talented cat, all right? I like watching you wrestle, right? Get off your ass and make some shit happen, okay? That roulette division is wide fucking open now. You can slide right in, okay? You can challenge Rage for that internet title. You have the talent to do whatever you want, all right? But you gotta fucking do it. What else? Let's see. Lord Rob and his brother Conrad just went after it. Pretty cool. I like it. It was an interesting show. Again, maybe it's just me. I feel like the Japan tour itself is shaping up to be one of the better, legs that we've done in a while. There's some interesting matches, and there's some confusing, and some things haven't really unfolded. Like who's going to challenge Team Hero? We have no fucking clue, right? What's going to happen with the roulette title now, especially that James Siskini has won? There's a lot of things that interest me coming up. So because of that, I think it's a really good opportunity to kind of jump right into what I, of course, love to say is the rumors portion of the show, right? Because rumors are a whole lot of fun, right? So number one rumor is that it is 100% true that J2H was injured, like I called. Okay, so let's just put that out there because Tommy's always right. Drake Green does not need surgery on his shoulder, okay, despite the re-injuring Blades of Glory when TNA beat the shit out of him. All right, he will actually still be on the same timeline and could possibly make it back to the ring by Summer Extreme, but most likely it will be high stakes if he comes back at all. Because let's be honest, he signed a 1-year deal at Summer Extreme last year. Will Hot Stuff Mark Ward allow Christian Underwood to extend that deal? And that's going to be an interesting development for sure. Let's see here. I heard that SCW Bombshells are shutting down on Main Street in Tokyo for a photo shoot. I know nothing about that. There's a lot of photo shoots going on, so I wouldn't be surprised. And I'll keep my ear open for that one. I heard that SCW is looking at doing a fan appreciation week filled with interactions, auctions, signings, press, meet and greets, sausage sizzles, you name it. I did hear that there is some form of fan appreciation thing being planned for Summer Extreme. I don't know the specifics of it, so I'd love to hear a little bit more about that. There's an SCW Bombshell has been receiving stalker-like emails. Someone told me about this the other day. And like creepy stuff, fan letters, really kind of creeping her out. I won't say who the Bombshell is because, I don't want to throw that out there, but, let's see here. Going through my dirt sheets. There's not very many of them this week. Let's see here. Rumors have been starting to swirl around that Alexis Edwards has been looking into a way out of her contract. With Tim Staggs rumored to be in rehab and Celeste North MIA as well. We're hearing that Alexis has no interest in continuing her wrestling career. If that is true, I would be really upset. She's got a huge talent. I think she's a future Bombshell champion. and if she throws that away, it would be kind of upsetting. I've also heard through the annals of Rumorville that Delia Darling may be returning to SCW television soon. Not as an active wrestler, but to valet and to manage someone. That would be cool. I would love to see her back in action, just in any way, shape, or form. She's one of my favorites of all time. Melody Grace, just so you know, is being tapped to be the co-star in the third edition of the Jack Hammer series, starring alongside Dre Green, which is pretty cool. She's got a great look. She's very marketable. I'm not surprised that Warner Brothers is looking into her, and I think that she would look pretty good on screen next to Dre Green. How about that? Also, look to see Micah back in the Bombshell, the World Bombshell Championship picture soon. You heard that shit here first. I want to talk to you guys for a second before we get into next week's show about something that's been bugging me. And of course, when something's been bugging me, we call that portion of the show What's Eating Tom. So what is eating Tom? I'm going to tell you what's eating Tom. There's a guy on this roster, right? Talented guy. We all know him. Okay? He happens to be one half of the World Tag Team Champions. It's Ben Jordan. Ben Jordan, to me, is a once-in-a-generation type star. He has the opportunity, to me, the look, the skill, to be the biggest star this company has ever seen. And it's not happening, right? And I'm watching it, and he's a World Tag Team Champion, right? So you can't take that away from him. So there's that. I see that, I look at it, and I see it every week, and it fucking pisses me off. So, Christian Underwood, Hot Stuff, Mark Ward, listen to me now. If you don't start booking this guy towards the top of the card after his tag team championship reign is done, of course, you're going to lose him. You're going to lose him to another Fed that's going to book him to the fucking moon and to the stars. I'm just letting you know, this guy's a star. It's eating me. It's bugging me that he hasn't fulfilled that. The guy should at least have had an internet championship reign. Could you imagine Rage versus Ben Jordan? That's a fucking pay-per-view match I would pay for. I don't know about you guys, but I would certainly fucking pay for it. All right? So, listen, next week is actually a fun card. I was just looking at it. Again, this tour has been a lot of fun. Zuri Chastain's going to open it up against Jenny Tuck. Zuri did mention and stake her claim that she's going to go after the Roulette Championship. I think her versus Kate Steele is a good matchup if it happens. There's also the chance that Mercedes Vargas could get wrapped up into that as well. I think Zuri's going to wipe the floor with Jenny Tuck. Jenny Tuck has been a disappointment, even going back to Blaze of Glory. So I don't expect her to do much. If anything, I think Zuri will pick up a win pretty easily. And I think that will set her on the path to challenging Kate Steele at Into the Void next month. And I think that, I think that's going to happen. Chris Burden versus Casey Williams. Chris Burden's another disappointment. Lots of talent, good look, but he's just not good enough. Casey Williams is going to stomp him into the mat. The freight train of pain is going to be rolling right through Okayama. And my buddy Casey Williams is going to pick up the win and get some momentum as he gears to that big beat the shit out of each other match with Dimitri. Crystal Millar versus Twisted Sister. Twisted Sister to me is always a wild card. You never know what you're going to get with her. I'm a fan. But I don't see Crystal losing this match. I think that she's going to rebound nicely from her disappointing choke on a dick loss to Micah. I think that she has felt that pain. She knows what it's like now to be a choke artist and to drop the ball and to fucking lose in an embarrassing way like the fucking asshole that she is. So, yeah, I think she'll get a rebound win here. She'll pick up a little bit of steam as we start rolling towards Into the Void. But keep in mind, I have a feeling Micah now has beat her. She hasn't gotten her return match against Sam Marlowe. Start looking to see Micah creep back into that conversation. That's all I'm going to say. So we'll leave it like that. Lucy Serafina versus, speaking of the devil, Micah. Lucy I like. I'm a fan of Lucy. Unfortunately, she happens to be in the ring with the best bombshell in the company, possibly ever. So Micah's going to just wipe the floor and move on pretty quickly. That's not fair. I mean, Lucy will put up a fight. But Micah is going to win. And again, pick up steam towards wherever on the card she ends up being at Into the Void. Dimitri versus Rage for the Internet Championship. Good matchup. I mean, very good matchup. Would not be totally shocked here if we get a new Internet Champion. I don't think that's going to happen because I think Casey Williams will spoil that for Dimitri in some way, shape, or form. Which you never know, could end up being a three-way match for that Internet Championship. Could rope Rage into whatever those fucking guys are doing. And all of a sudden, you got a three-way beat the shit out of each other match, which I would pay big money for at a pay-per-view. Actually, that would probably be the most excited I've been for a Rage match, probably ever. Probably since he challenged Drake Green for the world title a few years ago. For I think it was a TLC, brutal TLC match. And you know what? Rage has those matches in him. I mean, Rage can be boring. I think we all know that. But he's a big match guy. I mean, you put him in a pay-per-view in a big match situation, and he always delivers. And I would actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I would love to see the three of those guys square off on a pay-per-view. We got another one, right? And a rematch, Jesse Salco versus Melody Grace. And both Amy Marshall and Natalie McKinley are barred from ringside, which is pretty cool. Somehow I feel like they'll still end up at ringside, but that's okay. I was surprised that Melody didn't pick up the win, and obviously there was interference. That's why it happened. I think Melody will win this match, and will win this match pretty decisively. And I think we're going to have a new Internet Champion on Sunday. A bombshell Internet Champion, at least. The main event is interesting to me. The main event is interesting to me because of two reasons. One, J2H is injured, at least in some way, right? And two, it's against Conor Murphy, right? Conor Murphy, to me, has blossomed into a world heavyweight champion type star, type competitor. He could have won at Blaze of Glory. I mean, really could have won. He belonged in that match. I think that J2H versus Despair, I'm picking J2H hands down. Love Despair. I think J2H wins that match. I think Conor Murphy might be the kryptonite for J2H. The way they match up, the intensity that Conor brings, just the way he brings it is a little much for J2H. So I'm going to get a little bold here. And I'm going to say, I'm not going to say that Conor's going to win. Right? I'm not. But I think we get an indecisive finish to this match. An indecisive finish. I think that I would not be surprised if Conor Murphy wins. I would not be surprised if he loses either. But I don't think this is an easy walk in the park like a lot of them have been for J2H. I think facing Conor 1-on-1 is not a great matchup for him. And if he's going to lose the title in the next 3 months or 2 months, it's going to be on Sunday. So look, every week we do stock up, we do stock down, right? So I'm going to change it up a little bit this week. And I'm just going to do stock down. And I'll tell you why. I need to see some more, people. I need to see some more. There have been some good competitors. Right? There's been some good matches. But I feel like we're not getting everything out of this SCW roster right at this moment. I feel like some people are still in the Blaze of Glory hangover, right? We're not seeing people show up as much backstage, right? You know, it just feels a little bit like we're not getting all the oomph, you know? And we're in the middle of this fucking Japanese tour. We need the oomph, all right? So whose stock is fucking down? I'll tell you whose stock is down. Steve Ramone, right? You let me down, pal. You lost your fucking match, and I'm disappointed in you. All right? You should have won that one. It should have been decisive, and it wasn't, and you ended up losing your fucking belt. So to me, I'm sorry, pal, but your stock is down. Who else's stock is down? CJ Sharp. You're a fucking loser, bro. You're done. I don't ever want to see your fucking wasted face in Sin City Wrestling again. And if you come back, you better bring the heat, pal. Okay? Because I don't want to waste my fucking time. And watching you on screen losing to Joshua Aquin so decisively and one-sided is a waste of my fucking time. All right? Whose else's stock is down? And we're going to leave you with this one, guys, because it's going to be a little bit of a shocker that I want to say this. And that is J2H. J2H is not showing to me that he's the competitor that he could be, right? I think he's getting a little bit too involved with some bullshit backstage. He's a little injured. He seems to be a little bit whiny. Get your shit together, pal. All right? Let this stock down be a warning to you. All right? Because Connor Murphy ain't going to fucking stand for it. All right? So in 2 days, bro, you better have your A game. I want to be here next week saying stock up, J2H. Stock up. That's what I want to fucking say. Don't disappoint me like Steve Ramone disappointed me, okay, bro? All right? Bring the heat. Bring your A game. Get it done. Move on into the void. I have faith in my boy Jay. But you gotta prove it to me, kid. You gotta prove it to me. All right, guys. That's all I got this week. Show's a little bit short, but that's what you get when you don't send any fucking questions in. All right? I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoy the Okayama edition of Climax Control. I will see you on Friday, just like I always do. Next week, recapping all this week's action, entering the mailbag, talking rumors, and if you don't fucking like something I have to say, you don't like my language, then I tell you something, go fuck yourself.